Are you absolutely sure about this, Toyvin?
Absolutely certain, Ogson. If there was any other way, I'd consider it.
Let's do it then.
The stones are stable. Follow my lead.
So, what do you know about the Aquanids?
I'll tell you later. This is where we take a leap of faith.
What do you mean?
Hop on and find out.
Now what?
We are Tovin and Ogston of the Aberlein. Our friend Benville went out to explore somewhere far away. We fear he has not survived the journey, but we hope.
And I mute myself. So that's how far we got, pretty much. There's a couple more scenes afterwards, and be sure to check it out. It's on the Indie Comics Network. All the work in progress is so far for the full pilot that we're working on. So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and happy time zone to everybody. Welcome back to Hong Animation. It's me, my Jimmy DeBran. DeBran Dorstein at this point, because I got married in the meantime and had a kid, and a ton of things happened. Life went all over the place, and let's just say this is a new pen because I still have no idea where the other one went, the original. So yeah, that's how bad things got. That's why holy crap, it's me. That's why it's been so long. Good to be back though. I'm stoked to be able to draw for you guys, with you guys again, and get things done. So this week we're gonna discuss what we're gonna plan to do for 2024. What my plans are for this pilot, and yeah, just a ton of things. If Aurora is awake and really doesn't want to sleep, let's see. I sound a bit far away. Let me move my mic. Let me know. Is this better? I'm not used to the setup yet. I'm actually gonna listen to myself for a second. Let me see. No, it should say it says I'm heard pretty well. Yeah, I'm still getting used to the setup. Again, there's a ton of things that changed. For example, whole new background. What happened? Well, we're in the living room again. I lost my studio because it's in bedroom now. Luce moved in with me, and that meant that I had to give up my studio space because it was originally a bedroom that my old roomie was taking in, and after he left, at this point, all respect to that. A little bit less teeny. Okay. That's weird. Is it plugged in correctly? Let me listen back to myself for a minute. Oh, and not share audio while I'm doing that. Oh, yeah, okay. Let's see. Okay, so that's not too great. No, honestly, I live 15 ping away from the router of Amsterdam. You don't have to worry about your internet. I don't have to worry about my internet, so that's not the problem. No, my microphone is back on its original stand instead of the arm that is up there or on the other side there. This thing. There's just a ton of things that I still have to figure out on this setup. So sorry guys, it's going to be a little bit of figuring things out. In the meantime, yes, let me introduce myself. I am Mike Brown, creator of Life On Cora and CEO of Fairies and Ents. I have been making comics for over 5 years now, and a bit more, and a bit less. No, definitely more at this point. And 2 years ago, I decided to start making an animated pilot. So I did. And we started with an intro, which I will play right now. Still love that. So we started with that. That was my first venture into full-on animation. Love the way it turned out. Is it amazing? To some people it is. To me personally, because I'm looking back at the work that I made, and it's so personal. Yeah, I could do better at this point, but that's how you learn. And so we went into a complete pilot, and I chose to work on the story for Life On Cora number 5, Tiny Travels, which follows Oxton and Toyvan on a giant adventure. And this is the little guys right here on the back of a very interesting cute creature that's going to bring them all over the place on a very big adventure for tiny things. Let's see what we got in here. Hey, Buckshot. And hey, Artosodos. That's been a while. It's good to be back, Will. It is. So let's get into it. We're currently working on this scene, and let me unmute it. There we go. So I'm lip syncing Toyvan, which is this guy. And we're nearly done. Let me show you how that works. So we've got the timeline. So these are all the cells that I have. These are what I'm working at. This is where I'm drawing. And then this is the soundtrack that I timed the words being set to. So we are Toyvan and Oxton of the Elaine. And so I gotta make frames where we gotta lip sync. Lips gotta do flap flap. Because here at the end, he stops moving. We don't want that. So we're still working on that. So that's what we're going to be finishing up today. Maybe we'll get into some more work. But yeah. So 2024 is going to be new again. I mean, 2023 was weird and new, and a lot of things happened all at once. But in 2024, I first of all looking for new work because the old work that I had wasn't too great, and well, you gotta set your things straight. And I decided to take a break after Aurora was born and look for a better job. So that's what I'm doing right now. And in the meantime, I'm gonna continue working on. Did I just not draw a nose for several? Yeah. I'm just gonna go back through drawing, getting work done, and yeah, just doing things. And so one of those things that I gotta get back to is the animated pilot. So that's what we're doing. And yeah, this is scene 1-6. There are a lot of scenes. Let me pull up the folder to show you what I still have to do. And these are all my projects. Don't worry too much. Scenes. So all of these still need to get done. And before I pulled myself on a hiatus, I finished all the storyboard scenes. So they're all storyboarded. I open this one up. It's been voice acted, it's been storyboarded, but it doesn't do anything yet. So it's just a storyboard, and we're going to work our way up from there. If you've seen the pilot work in progress, then you know this is what most of the pilot is so far. But you got to go slow and steady, right? And I have been really quiet for a couple of months. So it's good to get some progress done. So yeah, new job, new bit of work that I need to get into. And I'm going to do a test day, a trial day next week. They seem to be very positive about me, and I'm looking forward to trying out the job as a planner. We'll see what work if it works out though. If it doesn't, it's fine. And of course, I'm starting to look more into artwork. Let's see. Hey Nick, good to see you. Yeah, no, it's the job market is okay in the Netherlands. Like it's not that weird now. Do you want me to go back to promoting? Yes, actually. Let's see. Is it hard to get back into this project after all the way? No, actually, I am enjoying it to the fullest. I have been itching since since I dropped off essentially. Like I used to only be able to do this 1 hour a week because that's all the time I had, that's all the energy I had. But it was continuous work, and at this point, I wasn't even getting that, and that sucks because I like work. I like working on this. I like drawing. So that took a while, but okay, no, it's not that hard to get back in. Also because I'm very professional, and I know that things get harder the longer you don't do them. So you want to just get into the thick of it. So before I went live here, I've been mostly animating all day, besides caring for Aurora and doing some other things here and there. But yeah, I want to get more artwork done. So that means that I will be opening up my Patreon again. Patreon.com/various I will turn it into actually Life On Cora proper. Once we're probably before next week. So keep that in mind. And then yeah, if you want to support me on there, you're gonna get some extras. Well, I'm still figuring out what I'm gonna do with it, but it's gonna get back, and we're gonna get your thank yous on every stream, and yeah, just some extra stuff that you usually don't see when I'm just slaving away in the background. So that's coming up. Yeah, new job. No, of course, there's a baby coming. Oh, there is a baby now, so that means that there's less time for me to be away from home, which means I can do more at home. So hopefully more art. So yeah, I'm open for commissions. As always, I do all kinds of works from comic covers to anthology covers. I do concept art, just a ton of things. I like doing the challenges. What else? Yeah, no, that I might start doing small animation jobs. Maybe. Don't hold me on that one because it is a lot of work, and that would mean it. I ask for a lot of pay because I'm doing cell animation. It's not the easiest thing in the world. Um, yeah. Other than that, yeah, I'm just gonna continue on this pilot. Um, 9 minutes and something seconds. And it feels good to be back. I missed you guys. I missed working on it. Let's see. Mhm. So just create a new cell, copy paste the previous one, erase what I want to change, and draw over. Deep. And I gotta get used to my pen again, which, makes sense. So it's a really short feed for Laney. Because that's the thing with voice acting. You gotta take the flaps in check, and I'm doing it at ones, twos, threes. Like I'm really trying to pay attention to the shape of the lips and actually talking. And I am yet again forgetting the little nose every single time, I swear. L. Yeah, see, and that's. Actually, because ill is such a short vowel, ill. The tongue move forward, and I wanna pay attention to that. So what's kind of happening here is that we've got this halfway point, and the tongue comes forward, and then delay. So you have your chin going up, ill, tongue going in, and then here goes back. That.
Sweetheart, I don't hear what you hear in your headphones.
Let's see. Why is it not sharing my audio? It should share system audio.
Wij horen de wezens niet.
Oh, sorry. I did not notice you guys don't hear. Hold on. That's weird. Yeah, I do. Okay, let me know. Can you actually hear the creatures now?
Tobin and Ogston
Because apparently you guys
Eleni.
didn't.
Now what?
We are Tovin and Ogston of the Eleni.
Oh, sorry guys. I thought that you could hear that. My sincerest apologies. You gotta love the wife. Ah, awesome. I don't know what happened there. I actually clicked the thing on share it, but apparently it didn't. Okay, let me show you guys the full scene in that case.
Eleni.
Now what?
We are Tovin and Ogston of the Eleni.
And so if I turn on, there we go.
Now what?
We are Tovin and Ogston of the Eleni.
So that's what it's going to look like eventually.
Now what?
We are Tovin and Ogston of the Eleni.
But that's not done yet, so we still have to finish up first. And yes, if you hear a baby crying in the background, there's a baby. I'm sorry. That's what it is. And if she's very awake, lay. Yeah, lay is a very lay. Neat. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Of the Eleni.
Okay, that. Neat.
Tovin and Ogston of the Eleni.
Okay.
Now what?
We are Tovin and Ogston of the Eleni.
Now what?
We are Tovin and Ogston of the Eleni.
Now what?
We are Tovin and Ogston of the Eleni.
There we go.
Now what?
So that is the sketch phase done.
Now what?
We are Tovin and Ogston of the Eleni.
There we go. I'm liking that. So now I'm going to make a folder, and I'm going to call that Ogston. And all the layers for Ogston are going to be in there. Boom! Just like that. So we're going to make a new animation folder. And that is going to be called Inks. Actually, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to go Control P. And that's going to be Inks. And so this little icon, the blue white one, means that it is all one color. And when that turned off, because obviously I don't need it anymore, then I'm going to remove all the layers. And what that does is it keeps all the lines on the timeline that I created on the folder below. And so what I can do is go to Animation, let's see, Edit Track, create all supported cells, and that makes sure that I have something that I can draw on with every single cell that I have to draw. And that's what we're going to do. And so I want even higher stabilization, yeah. And that's where my favorite part comes in. Getting it cleaned up, getting it clean, getting it inked. I love this step. It's one of the harder ones, to be honest. And I know a lot of creators shy away from inking. Newer creators, at least. And there's a good reason for it. It's hard to put your work in. Like, if you got a very clean sketch, right? And I mean, you've got this sketch worked out and you love it and it looks clean and it looks rigid. It looks fluid. And then you go over it with a pen and suddenly you lost that fluidity. And you don't understand why. And there is a very simple reason why. You literally cannot create the same kind of fluidity from a single line compared to a million lines. Right? And wow, this is a lot easier to get back into than I thought it would be. I'm enjoying myself. But inking is hard. And I'm not saying that as a get good or go home. No, it has to, if it doesn't look great here, it's not going to look great afterwards. And that sucks. That's why inking is scary. It's hard. It's not fun for a lot of creators because the challenge is higher than the reward. And that makes sense. Go. A single line like so. Yeah, that's like that. No, don't worry. They're in the next room over. Potentially, probably, entirely possibly cuddling. And oh man, yep, I missed this. I absolutely missed this. Ask me, Mike, what is your happy place? Oh, right here. I'm animating with you guys. I'm doing black and white artwork. And yeah, feels great. I think mistake on the type of line that I'm working on. But I also think I'm going to be able to fix it very quickly. So let me finish this little creature. Let me finish up Oxton over here. Now I think because right now I'm not working in vectors and they make my life so much easier. So if I go up here, let's see. Convert layer. I'm just going to put it all the way over there. Now I want them to be vector layers and color, blending mode normal. Yeah, that's okay. What is up with that? Okay, maybe not. Wait, I know. Gonna mean I have to destroy some work, but it's not that much yet, so that is okay. And that is, I create a, there we go. And now, create those support cells. They should be, yeah, now they're all vector layers. Yeah. Let's see. Poor Kelvin, and I put anti-meds in his ears. He just can't win. Just make sure he gets enough cuddles. He'll be fine. Whitman, dude, it's like the old Jimmy Dean song. I'm feeling for him, but I just can't reach him. It's so cool that you can get back to art and enjoy it. I'm not sure that I always enjoy writing, at least while editing. Honestly, this is such a small part of my job that I always enjoy it because it is this much of the stuff that I actually have to do for everything. So, yeah, like it's not always fun, and that sucks because we like fun things. Fun things mean that we can hyperfixate, that we can enjoy. We can do this to the fullest of our abilities and put our everything into it, and not feel tired about it. But then you get to the longer stuff and you realize that, well, there's more to be done. And suddenly, instead of just this drive to just keep going and going and going, you have to get it from somewhere completely different called patience. And patience is hard to learn. It's Dawn. Hey, sweetheart. Yeah, I'm still going. I am still going. So, yeah, patience. Patience is hard. If you ask me to work on animation or anything, or even the backgrounds and pieces that I've been making for comic pages or commissions or whatever in this past few years, in the time span that I had been making them, that I have made them recently, I would not have had that patience. And that sucks because that means that you have your attention span and then you just start bonking into not wanting to continue. You just keep on you got to keep on trucking, but there's nothing left, right? There's nothing to really keep you going because the energy is out. You're done. And you don't know where to get it from, and that's where learning to pace yourself and be like, okay, so how much did I get done today? How much do I want to get done? How long do I have to go for in order to get it done? Let's see. Patience, what's that exactly? For me, the last novel creeped me out. This one is just depressing and weird. Next one, who knows? I get into the story too much. That's a good thing. If you get into the story, that means you just keep going because you keep thinking about it. You keep milling. I get that Witchman dude. My seventh story in the Hunter's Reach series so creeped me out. I stopped writing. Yeah, no, you're 100% into it. Of course, you're not gonna enjoy it, or gonna have to take breaks. But here's the thing: there's a difference between taking a break and knowing you'll be back, and not having the energy to keep going on the thing that you're doing. And knowing you won't have the energy because there's something new that's new and exciting. You know, when you got a million projects that look more interesting than the thing you're doing right now because they're new, you create a depth to that thing that you're creating. And that could manifest in two kinds of ways. One, you have a million half-finished projects that don't actually do anything or go anywhere. Or you have things that only take a certain amount of time because you know you're going to be out of energy by the time you finish. And I used to be the latter. And if you are the latter kind of creator, you're in luck because it's a lot easier to get patience from that one than from the former. For the very simple reason, you can learn to extend that energy. If you know that, for example, in 2015, if I wanted to create a background concept, I had 8 hours and I would make it in 8 hours. And that's it. That would be all the energy I have. But then, how do you push yourself to go for 10 hours or 12 hours? Well, one thing is you knew how to do it in 8. But what if you do it in 10? How much more quality can you put into 10 hours of work compared to 8? Well, depending on the piece, that's a lot. Or none at all, and you're just screwing around, getting stuck in a feedback loop of it doesn't look right, but why doesn't it look right? I have plenty of those. And what you have with those is you can go back and be like, okay, I'm going to give this a break. And as long as that break is not too big, you can essentially get back to it. And at some point, if you got to do it for someone else, so a commission or a job, and you don't like what you're doing, congratulations, you're screwed because the energy isn't there. So suck it up. You're gonna have to do it, and your commissioner is probably gonna love it, but it's gonna take everything out of you in order to completely finish it, and that sucks. because you ran out of energy before you even started, because you went in there going, I hate this. And I'm probably rambling. Yeah, it's good to get back into it. But yes, I'm rambling. But yeah, the number one thing that um, a lot of new creators dislike is, well, having to grow patience. Me 10 years ago would not have taken the amount of time that I'm doing right now on this single scene. Oh. Yay, it's vectors, I can do that and not have to worry about a thing. I saw you push yourself to almost 24 hours. That was tough. So yeah, at 20 hours, I had to give up. That was my limit. I could not go any longer. Should probably taken a nap in between. Should have given the computer to loose. Um, but the thing was, we were supposed to do that with 4 people. So to inform people that don't know, last year I did a 24-hour challenge. I made Life On Cora number 6, Fruit and the Building Blossoms, in 24 hours with my then girlfriend, now lovely wife. Um, and it was going to be an extra for Life On Cora 5's, or the Life On Cora Volume 1's campaign on Kickstarter. We finished the entire comic, but we did not finish within the 24 hours. Partially, I was the only artist at that point because I was going to do it with my wonderful colleague, Kimmy Comics, and her husband, Gio. And so Gio and Luce would be writing, and Kimmy and I would be tag teaming on the art. Um, Sadly, something happened in Gio's life at that point, which meant that he had to, um, well, that they had to give up on the challenge. It was literally the day before, and that sucked. And we felt incredibly sorry for him. And we're like, okay, if you want to continue doing the thing, that's cool, but let's be honest, you need to give this some space. So they did, and Luce and I looked at each other and went, "Are we able to do this with the 2 of us?" And we said, "Yeah." Um, yeah, it was wild. So we did the 24-hour challenge. I got to 20 hours, and then I was spent. I could not go any longer. Um, and the story we did is not actually the one that the 4 of us had decided on making. So there is potentially a new 24-hour challenge or 48-hour challenge. We'll see. Um, Open for Kimmy Comics, Geo Scrolls, myself, and Luce and myself. And I would love to see that story come to fruition. It would be even more world building than that, like Through and the Building Blossoms or Atsi and the Ritual would be like. But that is a story that needs to be told with the 4 of us, and that's the best way it could come into fruition. Um, but that's for a different day. Um, let's see. Thank you. It was fun. It was a ton of fun to do that. Still shaking my head in all of your perseverance that day. I I am too. There is one 24-hour challenge that I did before. I had a global game jam back in 2015 where I was lead programmer um, together with Molly Head Carroll, who I met there. If you remember my interview back in November, um, she and I were in a team creating an indie game in 24 hours. I literally came back. I was already up since 4:30 that morning. The game jam started at 6 p.m. that day. I had worked at my construction job at the time all day and still pulled the full 24 hours. That was fun. It was incredibly hard. It was the first time and definitely last time I would ever be lead programmer on anything. Um, but that is a very fond memory. And yeah, I met some amazing people that day through it. That yeah, like Molly is one of those people, and yeah, it's good to see people go places and see them succeed. So yeah, I don't shy away from a challenge, but I know my limits, and I have to admit to my limits, or I'm going to um, well, you're going to get burned out, and you don't want to get burned out. That's the worst that could happen to you. Um, and there are times where you have to go beyond your limits for a decent time, and then it'll be okay. But if that period is going on for too long, or you just can't get out of it for whatever reason, you're in a lot of trouble. So that's why 20 hours in with 24-hour challenge, I was like, yeah, guys, I am no longer able to do this as much as I loved doing it and how amazing it felt. Yeah, um I gave it, and that's okay because we still finished the project. We did not give up. I'm looking forward to 2024. There is a ton of things happening. There's a ton of things that happened, and I'm finally able to um, well see the fruits of my labor, and that feels so incredibly good. I am just reading this. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying being a dad. Um, Aurora is an absolute darling, and I'm incredibly proud to yeah be able to call myself a dad. It's an honorary title, and you got to carry it because well, if you don't, well, you're not gonna. Let's see. Let's see. Sometimes it's just a show off, just as a challenge, but it's just important that you finish it, even if some of it had to happen later. Probably turned out better. When anyway, partially. part of the challenge is to be okay with it not being as good as it could be, because you limited your time, which means that you had your limit, you know, and you had to keep within those limits, and that creates creativity. Um, and yes, we did put an editorial round over the project afterwards. And we probably would have anyway, but I would have liked to see all the pages inked at that point. And I only got 9 pages in, which is still huge considering that I drew 24 full pages. Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, it's not easy. So yeah, challenges are important. But allowing your um, allowing yourself to say your skill is not at the level you want it to be while doing a challenge, like I suck at lineless art. I'm an inker. I have done lineless art. It's usually far from the way I want it to look, but that doesn't mean that I don't challenge myself with it, because it makes me work with color, and I don't like colors. Never have. I'm I'm a black and white kind of guy when it comes to art, at least. This is my jam, just black and white. On the other hand, while doing animation, I found myself enjoying doing backgrounds and coloring them and doing digital artwork, the full thing, instead of sending my comic pages in black and white off to my colorist and go, yeah, go do your magic. She definitely can do that. Um, but yeah, I'm starting to enjoy colors a little bit, just a tiny bit. Don't tell anyone. And no, I still don't know color theory, and I don't know this, and I don't know that. But I don't have to know I enjoy something, or I don't have to know a skill to be able to enjoy it, to enjoy practicing it. For example, not I sucked at inking at some point. I had no idea what I was doing. That is fine. I did it a lot. And even though I wasn't great at it, I was still enjoying it. Is that the right line? Yeah. Uh-oh, I'm hearing a puppy. Maybe if Lucy's still watching, you all can see our little girl. If she can be just a little. Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, she's been a little rowdy lately. I don't know why. She's a baby. I guess that's the best explanation. Me running back to my phone with the lure of losing a roller. I no promises, okay? No promises. That is entirely up to Luz. But I'm pretty sure she's still watching. That or she's reading a manga, and that's fine too. And you will get to see her at some other point. Okay? Also, guys, if you want to help out the Indie Comics Network or my YouTube channel, be sure to check out to click like and subscribe. I saw the Indie Comics Network is at a 900 something subscribers. Come and help us get over that 1,000. It means a lot, and we've got a lot of awesome indie comics things going on. So yeah, leave a like and subscribe. It means a lot. And well, you get to see me every week. How about that? Also for 2024, finally, Life On Cora 7. Yeah, I'm saying 7. I used to say 6, but we did a 24-hour challenge in between. But yeah, I got a couple of pages to finish. I know I have had to do those for nearly a year now, and I hate having to say that I let it go that much. On the other hand, I was enjoying a new relationship. I was enjoying my life. Um, and it just happened to be that way. Let's see. Oh, I know, just putting groceries away and doing other stuff around the house. And that totally got my attention. Yeah, I understand. No, go finish your things. I don't think Lucy's gonna show up. You're safe. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting my broken arm. You're right. Yeah, I did have a major injury. It really doesn't bother me anymore. There's some points where, like when I'm over my head and washing my, I dropped my pen. When washing my hair in the shower or something, that's when I'll sometimes feel it. But honestly, it's back to normal. So I yeah. Mm, yeah, no, it's been an amazing roll. It's been a roller coaster, but it's been a good one, mostly good one. My entire apartment got an upgrade. I just want to save it. There. Um, Bruce moved in. We had a little puppy. Um, yeah, just a ton of things. And I don't know, things just have to get back to um, to the new normal. It's not going to be normal. It's not going to be an old normal. It's going to be what it is now. and that is okay because I'm liking my life as it is now, and I didn't mind the single life. I um, I was doing okay. I was enjoying my work as a mover. I had wonderful friends. Yeah, yeah, I was doing a ton of things on my own. Um, but yeah, um, it's been good. It's been a good life. It's been a pretty good year. Um, Crawled back from a financial hole that um, well made me change my jobs. Um, yeah, the previous job made sure that I had that financial hole because yeah, but that's the past, and it got me to different places, and it meant that while everything was going on, I had to prioritize other things. I suddenly asked Luz to marry me, and she, even more surprisingly, said yes. I mean, imagine that. And yeah, I'm proud to call her my wife. She's absolutely incredible, and people should know that. It makes me very happy. Let's see how that looks. Turn off that one real quick.
Now,
Oh yeah,
now what?
just like that, we have an animation sequence. Nice and clean, huh? Okay. There is a Bobby completely in disagreement. You did all that in about an hour. Um, well, I mean, I did a lot of lip syncing at first, together with a lot of talking. Um, well, we weren't distracted. No, I was distracting myself. I was going squirrel all over the place, and that's okay. It's just good to be back, and there was a lot to be said. And I think I did got most of it down. Um, so yeah, it's been good. And yeah, we did hit the hour mark. I'm gonna finish this frame, and then I will slowly shut down. I mean, slowly because, well, I want to thank you guys. Thanks for being here. You guys, well, you make this happen, and I really enjoy working along. with people watching, just having a casual conversation, getting work done, getting compliments. Compliments are great. People who say they can't take compliments don't like usually just miss understanding of self-worth. Not self-worth inherently, but what compliments can mean. For example, it looks great can mean, wow, you put a lot of work into that. Let's see. I suppose that it helps with accountability, like Nick Tucker talks about. People watching your work keeps you on the chair. Yes, it does. A lot. That's why I really enjoy this hour once a week, because usually it's the only hour I get. Okay.
Now what?
We are Tovin and Ogston of the Eleni.
Yeah. Guys, I want to thank you so much. I'm gonna do this real quick.
Now what?
We are Tovin and Ogston of the Eleni.
Now what?
We are Tovin and Ogston of the Eleni.
There we are. Okay. Guys, I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Next week, we will be back for another Hung on Animation with my Jimmy, myself. Looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. Hopefully, I'll get a lot more done in the meantime. And I'm looking forward to 2024, and I hope you guys are too. And if you had a bad 2023, then I hope 2024 will be amazing for you. It's okay if you cannot keep up to that. Just, make it a little better in that case. Just, I'm rooting for you. So stay awesome, and we will catch you next week.